Who doesn't know that dogs are our heroes? What we didn't know was that they don't just save people who are in danger, but also other species. Such is the story of Storm, a brave English golden retriever. His day would start as a walk on Long Island Sound next to his furry sibling Sarah and his human Mark Freely. Then, out of nowhere, Storm leaped into the water to fetch something that looked like a log. Then Mark took out his phone and couldn't believe what he was filming. Mark Freely loves his dogs a lot. He takes them on long walks everywhere, and they go swimming together. He knows both Storm and Sarah are loyal and caring, but one Sunday morning he would really be surprised by Storm, the golden retriever. He had no idea his pooch would jump into the water, but knew Storm would safely return to the shore, so he recorded the video, which has gone viral in no time. We all know that when our dogs do something unexpected, it's time to capture those moments for posterity. So, seeing his pooch looking focused at something in the water, Freely took out his phone to film the moment when Storm jumped into the water. In the video, you could hear him saying, "Good boy, Storm," as his pooch paddled toward a lump that bobbed in the water. Wait until you hear the entire story. It's right there in their name. These puffy pups love to retrieve stuff from water, from the woods, and other places to bring them to their owner. Storm loved to go for a splash everywhere and anytime possible to bring back that stick. But this time, in the waters off Long Island, there was something else. Definitely not a stick. The video showing the entire event was uploaded on Facebook and was seen more than 5.2 million times. You can see Storm reaching that lump, taking it into his mouth and hauling it toward the beach. Then the owner realizes that the thing in Storm's mouth was a baby fawn. Not knowing what else to do, Freely encouraged his pooch. "Storm, bring him in! Storm, bring him in! Good boy, Storm, bring him in!" In his video, the man explains that Storm is trying to save this baby deer. I think he's trying to save him. That lump turned out to be a fawn. Stunned by his dog's actions and how viral the story got, local and international media called Freely asking for an interview. He said about Storm that he plunged into the water and started swimming out to the fawn, grabbed it by the neck, and started swimming to shore. The golden retriever took the fawn to the beach, dragging it from the sea. The poor deer looked barely alive, but it somehow managed to get up. Confused and tired, it scurried away before collapsing to the ground again. Storm started to chase it, but Freely told him to leave it alone. The dog was nudging the little fawn and then did this amazing thing. Before the fawn laid down again, Freely encouraged his pooch to leave it alone. However, Storm had a different plan. Worried for the tiny animal's life, Storm started nudging and started pulling it to make sure she was gonna be okay, I guess, said Freely in a later interview, and that's just the beginning of the story. Mr. Freely is also a foster for rescue dogs and volunteers to do legal work for an animal rescue. He said that Storm is the most gentle, gracious dog you ever want to meet. He saw his dog taking the fawn by the neck as if a lifeguard would put his arm over someone's neck, dragging it to safety. Then the dog started to lick the deer, showing he cared and worried about the fawn. Mr. Freely knew he'd need some help with the fawn. He couldn't take the animal all by himself to the car and also get his dogs, so he called Strong Island Animal Rescue League. The founder and head of the organization, Frank Floridia, personally came with the co-founder Erica Kutzing, equipped with nets and leashes. But until they arrived, the fawn did something completely unexpected. Until Frank and Erica arrived to help, the fawn wobbled up, looked at the people and two dogs, and immediately ran to the water. In an interview, Mr. Floridia explained that deer are animals of flight. They are going to take off wherever they can go. In a yard, they will smash through a wooden fence. The disoriented and distressed animal rushed into the water. Now what? Looking back at Storm, who was already tired after the rescue mission, Floridia realized that someone else had to jump into the water. Erica explained in an interview that they did try to encourage Storm to go back into the water, but the deer was so far out that Storm could not see the deer. Then, as the deer's head appears to go underwater, Floridia runs for its rescue. The animal activist said it was a do-or-die situation. He realized that he didn't have much of a choice. He couldn't bear the thought of letting the deer drown, so he took a rope and swam towards the fawn. "If I didn't go in the water, the deer would have died," he said. Floridia explained in an interview that his partner helped him a lot. "I don't think I could have done it without the help of my partner. I was exhausted at the point my knee blew out and I collapsed on the beach." Erica Kutzing ran almost a mile on the beach to help Floridia, then they put it in the car. They finally took the fawn to the vet. The fawn had some bruises and cuts on its head. The vets also found a few ticks on it. Star Foundation received the rescue fawn, where they treated and stabilized the confused animal. Kutzing also explained that even though deer can swim, the fawn was probably too young and scared to survive in the Long Island Sound. You won't believe how young this poor animal was, which made the staff at the center take an important decision. At the Star Foundation, which is a wildlife sanctuary and rehabilitation center, the fawn was found to be 3 months young. It received treatment for subcutaneous emphysema, which is what happens when air gets trapped under the skin. Just look how cute he is! Lori Ketchum, the director at the Star Foundation, explained that the fawn received treatment with antibiotics and got to drink baby goat formula from a bowl. He also munched on some grass. What will happen after he gets better? According to Ketchum, the deer will remain at the sanctuary to recover and grow old enough to survive on his own in the wild. As for Storm, he's the most popular pooch on Earth. Rescuer Kutzing stated in an interview that we could all learn something from Storm. He was indeed the hero of this story. If he weren't there to jump, the little fawn would have had a different fate. If we just learn to treat each other nicely and look out for each other despite our differences, the world would be a better place, concluded Kutzing, happy to see that the fawn was safe and that Storm helped.